Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
To our new passengers, aloha and welcome aboard.
Ho, ho, ho!
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. This is the Gateway to the Magic. Very excited for today's show. Joining us, Mr. Chris Malek, Mr. Michael Black. You know them from, where are you guys from? Oh, Dub Dee Dub Revue. I'm kidding. Love the show.
From
love
the Resort Loop, from the original Resort Loop. That's where you know us from.
That is where we know you from. Yes. Long-time listener, long-time supporter, long-time friends of the show. Chris, Michael, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I always say we're just a spinoff, right? Aren't we, Chris? A spinoff?
Like a Three's Company spinoff?
Yeah.
No. You guys are fantastic. You're more of a Happy Days spinoff, because all the Happy Days spinoffs were fantastic.
Joni and Chachi?
Well, I'm thinking Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy.
Nice. Tim is amped up today. He sounds like the Micro Machines guy. He's just spitting those words out. So.
I am very excited and probably over-caffeinated for as soon as I have to go to bed when we're done.
Nice. Tim, what's the rule? When can you drink coffee till in the day? Or is there a cutoff for you where you just, that's it, I can't. If I want to go to bed, I can't drink it anymore.
When I'm working the super early shift, which I've been on for years now, I try not to drink any coffee after like 3 o'clock.
Okay. And when is bedtime?
Between 7:30 and 8.
Okay, I live that life. As a golf professional, I live that life, so I know that. So 3 o'clock, wow.
Oh, yeah. And fun fact, Chris, I'm wearing one of your shirts still. To this day, while we're recording.
No, this is no good. I got to get you a new shirt. I'm going to have to I'm going to make sure I have the right address for you and send you something new, send you some updated garb.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. It's like one of the thinner, I don't know what you call it, but the thin, cooling ones. It's one of my favorite shirts.
I got to get you something updated.
Oh,
so, yeah, we're good.
It.
We are, well, I don't want to speak for Michael, but we're good. This is it's a crazy time of year for everybody, right? Like in the good way.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? We've got too many things to do and too little time to do it in, but,
and it sneaks up on us every year.
Right? What happened? What day is it? Yeah, exactly.
Is it 2022? What happened?
No.
Gentlemen, are you ready for this show?
I think so.
What show?
This show.
What?
ResortLoop.com or the Dub Dee Dub Revue. I don't care how we do it. Nick, we'll post it everywhere. We'll post it both. We're all friends. It really doesn't matter. It's like drinking out of the same cup. Don't do that. This is not a good time to do that.
Don't do that.
That is not endorsed by anybody at ResortLoop.com or the Dub Dee Dub Revue.
Gotcha.
Oh, excellent. So today we're going to talk about the Christmas season, Walt Disney World, and I posed you guys a question. I said, gentlemen, I want to know your top 5 or so attractions or whatever at Walt Disney World where you would like to see a Christmas overlay. And I believe you both seem kind of excited about this.
You give us a mission, and Michael and I are going to put our heads down and run through a wall. So we've been working hard on this. I'm just going to tell you.
I've been working at least for the last 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
See that wall? It's gone.
You're a team like Maverick and Goose. One of you is not coming back.
There we go.
But you're always fun to watch.
It's a happy train wreck. That's what we are. We're a happy train wreck.
That might have been dark. I'm going to start with Mr. Michael Black. Michael.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to go right out of the gate with my favorite one.
Okay.
One that I would like to see. One that, some of these other ones, let's just face it, I pulled some that were just plain obvious. But this one. Okay.
Oh.
So, Dino Land USA in Animal Kingdom. We've got to do something over there. Okay. So, my thought is a Christmas Village area over in Dino Land USA. You could have little booths over there selling hot cocoa. And you already have, like, the games there. You just retheme them to holiday themed, games. And then it actually becomes kind of cool. Right now, I hate to say it, but I think it's kind of an eyesore over there. I don't like that whole area. But that's just me.
I'm Team Michael on that one.
Yeah. So I think it would be neat to see a Christmas village over there and then have it snow, have some of that fake snow, as long as that doesn't hurt the animals. I don't know the situation or the logistics with animals and soap snow, but I think it would be cool.
I love it. That wasn't even on my list. I didn't even think of Dino Land. That's how far off the radar Dino Land is for me.
Give a little love to that area. Nice idea.
Fantastic. Chris,
Well played.
what's your first one?
All right, you want my weakest idea or my best idea first?
Ooh, that's tough.
All your ideas are fantastic.
That's true.
Oh, please. Oh, please. Which one you want?
You better go big, because if someone else jumps on, you're going to be like, oh, I had that one.
Okay, then this is a retread, because I think we might have even done this show many, many, many moons ago, but it literally is like the only idea that I've ever had that I've said, this is golden. They just need to listen to me.
Right.
All right.
The car dealership.
The car dealership. Here we go. We're going to retheme Rock and Roller Coaster. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna call it one of two things. It's either the Christmas Crusher or the Holiday Hauler. And here's the deal. All the signs get a Christmas overlay, holiday lights everywhere, almost to a dizzying effect. You're replacing Aerosmith, and instead you're going to have that Trans-Siberian Orchestra playing Carol of the Bells. You know, that really intense Christmas song with the guitar riffs and whatnot?
Yes.
Yes.
But you launch at 60 miles an hour with just a flurry of Christmas activity with Carol the Bells playing. Think of the merchandise you could sell, afterwards in the shop. A combination of rock and roll and Christmas time Santa and rock and roll. Look, that might be the best idea I've ever had, and I present it to you right now.
Chris, I'm holding my arms wide out going, that is a fantastic idea.
Yes.
And you know what? It's on my list, Rock and Roller Coaster, but I didn't fully flush it out. It's kind of at the bottom, an honorable mention. So thank you for actually making it happen, Chris.
That's right.
There you go.
I thought about it. I didn't know what to do with it either, but Trans-Siberian Orchestra, perfect.
So
Yeah, it is. All I have here is like holiday music. Yeah, okay.
True story. So I think I mentioned it to my daughter like many years ago. We were in the truck going to dinner. And at that time, she must have been, 13 or 14. And she looked at me. She goes, you know what, Dad? That's a good idea. And when you get any of your kids to ever agree that you have a good idea, I was like, it must be a good idea. It must be.
You took a picture. You made a note of it in your phone. You can always refer back to that day.
Yes. December 17th, 2017. One good idea.
It should be like, that's when my dad peaked.
What do you got, Tim? Give me your best idea.
Oh, my best one. Oh, let's see. I wrote them down in random order.
Random order. Okay, number one then.
Number one, the Grand Prix Raceway in Tomorrowland. Christmas trees, Christmas lights, Christmas music. You decorate the bridge. Plenty of places for selfies while you're driving, because that's not dangerous.
Nice. Like a Christmas Village drive-thru.
Exactly.
Nice.
They give you
People are paying. They're paying big money for that right now too.
Right. And then you get a nice, like a very full cup of super hot chocolate that you have to kind of balance while you're driving, because that's not going to spill on that raceway.
So we're taking selfies with hot cocoa, bumping into cars. I like it.
Yeah,
I like
you
it.
never bump into the rails on that at all.
Ever.
I like this.
And you can't bump into other cars. A sign right in there says, do not strike the car ahead of you. So come on. Someone's not following the rules if that's happening.
Someone better pay attention.
And who hasn't heard that noise when you're walking by there all the time?
Nice.
Crash, crash, crash. All right.
Tim, I love it. That's kind of a static display. You get some Christmas trees and some lights draped over top.
Right.
Minimal investment. You got something there.
But who would want to
have something?
Who doesn't drive around their own neighborhood looking for lights? Here, they're going to be there.
Right? Have you thought about a name? Have you called it something different yet?
Oh, I didn't even come up with a name. I didn't have that much time.
Someone spent too much time in this project.
The Christmas Indy 500. I don't know.
There we go.
Oh, whatever. Well, that's it. If anybody has an idea out there, post it over at Looper Nation Live. That'd be fantastic. All right, Michael. No pressure. I'm still trying to live up to Chris's. So.
Okay, I really like this idea, but I'm going to need the Imagineers and all the wonderful people at Disney to make this happen. Mm-hmm. I haven't figured it out. I'm not telling them how to do it. I'm giving them full reign to do it how they want. But what I want to see is a Haunted Mansion overlay, but not Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
What I want is a Christmas Carol. I want the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future worked in there, Jacob Marley, the whole thing. And I want you to go through the Haunted Mansion, and that's going to be your overlay.
Isn't Jacob Marley already in there with the dog? At the bottom of the hill?
Him? Just add some chains on him.
That's all he needs. Drop the lamp, throw in some chains.
Michael, a great underrated idea.
That was a fantastic idea.
Fantastic.
I think it fits in perfectly over there in Liberty Square, too. I like the idea. I'm just saying. Disney, make it happen.
Has anybody seen the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay at Disneyland?
I have.
What'd you think?
I'm going to disappoint you.
Don't the truth.
Are you a fan of Nightmare Before Christmas?
You know what? Never saw it.
Oh, don't be afraid, because I can't finish it. I cannot finish the movie. I've tried. I've started many times. So I've only ever seen the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay. So whenever we go, it happens to be in the holiday season. I don't like it. Maybe it's just because I'm already jaded on the movie and I don't enjoy the movie, so I don't enjoy the overlay, and I just want to see the real thing. But yeah, I can't finish the movie.
But and correct me if I'm wrong, isn't there a overlay basically you go into a completely different building, so it's like an addition to it, or is it completely throughout?
Yeah, it's just completely throughout.
Oh, okay. For some reason I had in my mind that it was like a shorter experience without the overlay, but then during Christmas they have this whole other like way you go around and you go into the different building that has that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So like it's a longer experience but different. That's the way I thought it was. But
yeah, it's still like 75% original Haunted Mansion, but I mean they really lay on the Nightmare Before Christmas pretty heavy as you travel throughout, and that's the prevailing theme. So again, it's just my my lack of interest in the movie that sours me on there. So I probably shouldn't be the best person to give advice, but yeah, if you 2 thumbs down for me on that one.
All right.
Well, I'm going to say that the first time I watched Nightmare Before Christmas, I didn't like it either. But the second time, and then the third time, and then it just exponentially got better and better and better every time I saw it, to the point to where now I'm like an addict.
I got to give it a second, third. At this point, it's probably a 10th try. 10th try. So
just get through it.
I've got to get through it once.
I'll need to give it my first shot. See what I think. Okay. Usually I find Tim Burton stuff kind of out there, but I think that's what he does. All right, Chris, what's your next on your list?
Okay, the next attraction on my list actually came through it on a reflection of what I currently put up in my house. So I'm going to retheme, and these are all heavy hitters, so everyone's going to cringe when they hear what I'm going to retheme. I'm going to retheme the Tower of Terror. Okay.
Okay, how are you going to do it?
And it seems like it would be an easy conversion because you're already talking like vintage, like Hollywood. But who doesn't have their grandmothers or great grandmothers or family Christmas decorations that's been passed down? So even in my stock, I've got a bunch of old Christmas decorations. So what if you played classic Christmas music in the courtyard and you were attending a Christmas party? So they themed it as a Christmas party with vintage decorations and vintage music playing in the courtyard. But instead, it was a murder at the holiday party. And they just rethemed the videos and whatnot. Still offered you the same drop, but everything up to that point was Christmas, like 1930.
Okay.
I love it.
I like that. The reason I was asking is because I have Tower of Terror on here, but I again couldn't figure out how to go with it. I had a present drop situation going on where Santa was stuck in the chimney and kept flying back up and down. His magic was going haywire.
Oh, that's cool too. I like that one too.
But I like yours. That's fantastic. All right.
I try to stick with the vintage idea, and I think it'd be a pretty easy conversion because it looks that way, and it's not like it's hard to get that stuff at this point. You can still obtain antique Christmas, from even heck in Florida and California. There's plenty of places to get that stuff. So,
I mean, this Disney, they can make it if nothing else. Come on.
This is true. Fabrication. 100%.
They have a whole department for that kind of thing. I love that.
What do you think? Kind of an antique murder mystery at the tower.
Oh. Maybe they took out Santa.
Going up and down. There you go. Good fit. All right, Tim, what do you got? What's number 2?
Number 2. I'm going to stay in the same park. I'm going to jump down a little on my list just to stay in the same park with you. I'm going to go Toy Story Mania. Retheme all the theme to Christmas games, or maybe things under Christmas trees, or ornaments, anything like that. The queue, you could just put, bows and ribbons and all the games and things out there. Easy to do. Add the Christmas music. And call it Christmas Toy Story.
That's the most cost-effective one so far. That would be really achievable without much stress whatsoever to the Imagineers.
Well, they were, because they were supposed to, change out those games relatively frequently. I have to figure, why not just do it seasonally? Do it at Christmas time.
Do it seasonally.
Have they ever changed the games?
I think they've changed a couple times, but not anytime recently. I thought.
Yeah, I love it. Definitely changing the games up. I think that's fantastic.
Michael, did you hear that? Seasonally, you got Halloween, you've got Easter time and Easter eggs you're shooting out.
Yes.
You got Fourth of July where you're shooting out fireworks. Seasonally. Look at Tim Golden.
Great. Christmas we could be breaking like the leg lamps. Come on. Be fantastic.
I love that.
Because we should make sure that someone hears this show with all these great ideas coming through today.
I mean, they break easily because they're fragile.
They're Italian,
of
course.
Italian.
Of course.
Yeah.
they could be at the Italy Pavilion in Epcot as well.
There you go.
All right. Michael, what do you have? What's next on your list?
That will segue right over into my next one.
Okay.
Which would be, and I know I'm taking the easy way out here, but this one automatically came to mind, and it's Soaring Over Holidays Around the World.
Oh, my gosh.
So basically, at first I had it. Okay, I had 3 different ideas for this. Bear with me.
I didn't even have one.
The first one I had was Santa on his sleigh. So you're basically in Santa's sleigh, and you're flying around the world delivering these gifts. Okay, so you could start off at the North Pole or end at the North Pole probably. But you go through different places and you deliver these gifts. The second iteration I kind of had was taking Santa out of the equation because this is Epcot and I want to be a bit more inclusive. So in that way, we can bring in the different countries, the different nations, and then have how they, kind of how when you go around the world, you hear their Christmas stories or their holiday traditions. You could fly over those countries and see those traditions in action. I love that idea. Now, my other completely horrible throw it down the drain idea that Disney would probably do in a second because it hawks one of their TV shows is fly over the great Christmas light fight houses, and you get to see those as you fly around. But I'm only saying that that's some guy's idea because he wants ABC to get more views.
Michael, you're playing off already the World Showcase's separate celebrations, right?
Right. And,
nice.
and they'll go together because you can go hear about them, hear the different stories as you go around, and then you can fly over those same celebrations.
I love that so much. I feel like a horrible Disney fan for not thinking of Soarin'.
Right? He wasn't on my list either. Michael, great job, brother.
Michael, don't sell yourself short on that idea, my friend. All right. Chris, what you got?
All right. I'm going to take you to Tom Sawyer Island.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. And I'm going to create a holiday wonderland. And it's going to be walk-through displays, holiday lights. You're going to have the ability to meet characters dressed up in their holiday garb, in their Christmas garb. And you know what? You're going to be able to get some exclusive treats because they're going to convert Aunt Polly's to Mrs. Claus's, where she's going to be selling exclusive Christmas cookies, some hot cocoa, maybe hot cocoa mixed with Bailey's, but you're going to have a complete winter wonderland. Now, the only restriction is they don't use that at nighttime, but with the holiday lights and whatnot, it becomes a draw, and it will actually get people away from the park and into another area, taking away some of the flow for some of the other busy attractions.
All right. I love the idea. Here's what I hate about the idea. It screams like extra charge coming soon for me.
You know what? You're a genius because I have potential extra charge written down here, and I didn't mention that. I don't know if you need it though because it's just a walkthrough for the characters and whatnot. But I mean, you're paying for it as far as
you know what? But if you had
cookies,
yes, but if you had premium alcoholic beverages over there, something very unique. People would pay the extra charge to get that and get the Instagram photo and all that kind of stuff. And granted, they probably wouldn't need the raft to get back over at that point.
Michael, let's give Tim some premium alcoholic beverages. Then we want you to walk across the Barrel Bridge at nighttime. Here we go.
I was going to say, people would pay it if you said that you could go into Magic Kingdom by yourself for 5 minutes. They'd be like, "Oh, how much do I pay?"
Right.
And then they would just divvy out 5-minute time slots to people from midnight until 6 a.m.
Well, I like the idea of just getting people away from other areas of the park. And here we can have the characters, and that's a huge draw for people. And you're going to see Belle in her Christmas costume, and you're going to see Snow White dressed up for the holidays. So I figured that's a good opportunity to go and kind of move people around and provide a new experience.
That is fantastic.
I like that.
And even if Disney doesn't charge, we'll just stand there like by the entrance and just take money.
Just some guy, some random.
Sorry, this is $10 per person, sir. Oh, no problem.
With a change box.
Exactly. A little square card reader.
Now at Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. I mean, it's a comedy club.
There you go.
What do you got, Tim?
Tim, okay, we're going to go. Tim, that's me. Now, this is very similar, actually, to Toy Story Mania. That we're just going to change up some of the projections, change up the music, and we can get, I think, more of a storyline in this one. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Okay, all right. I was afraid to change that one.
Disney's not afraid to change anything anymore. Nothing's off limits, my friends.
You're right.
But we got that little tornado scene in there. We can make that a Christmas tree somehow. Got the music, whatever little, they're changing out their 3D plus or 2D plus thing. Animations are going all through there. Do a little Christmas dance.
I guess if they're not afraid to change an icon like the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, then really nothing's off the table.
I think especially if it's just going to be a seasonal thing. Mm-hmm. I think people are. Initially, I was going to say the Jungle Cruise, but apparently they already do that.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway. So I don't know. I know it's very new and people want to see it, but hey, let's make things happen. It's what we do.
Well, you're going to draw people back that have already seen it and said maybe they didn't enjoy it as well the first time. You might get a second chance now.
There you go. And plus,
and you bring me that person. Bring me that person that doesn't enjoy Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
I've seen people where they say they still miss the Great Movie Ride. Now, I don't know if that means they don't like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. But there was plenty of space there. They could have just built it somewhere else. But hey, they do what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Michael. Are we on the fourth round here? Is that what we're doing?
We are on 4, but I'm going to tell you that 2 of my other ones, because I did come with 6, but 2 of them were taken with the Tower Terror Santa drop and other things. But so this is my last one, and it's horrible because it's like my worst one. It's the one where I'm Disney, and I'm like, how can I, as cheaply as possible, switch something out? Well, I don't know how cheap it would be because this film probably wouldn't be cheap to make, but it would be easy to switch over, and that is PhilharMagic, turning it into PhilharMagic Holiday. So it would cost money to make the film. You'd have to redo it to do Christmas songs, Christmas themes, do a whole new storyline with the Christmas holiday season, but it would be easy to switch in and out. You just change the film, and then you would change the facade. So I think it would be an easy thing to do. As someone who loves Mickey's PhilharMagic, I wouldn't mind seeing it a little bit different for the holiday season. So I don't think there would be a big backlash either on that one.
No.
So
Michael, did you say you didn't like that idea?
No, I like the idea. I just think that there's not a lot of creativity that went
Come
into
on
it.
now, that's really good. You've taken an attraction that may not be a headliner, and you've made it a major draw. You get in line for that for sure.
Yeah, and during the holidays,
I like that.
It takes some of the pressure off of Peter Pan's flight and off of Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and Tron's going to come up at some point, and Lord knows we could take the pressure off of it. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah.
All right. That was my last one, guys. So
okay. Well, I think a lot of people are looking for like little refreshments or plussing of the attractions they've already seen. That's why I thought this whole Christmas overlay thing. Well, let's get people to go down there during the holidays.
Yeah.
So I like your idea. All right, Chris, what you got?
All right. This is the weaker of my last too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I hate to even mention this because it would almost seem disrespectful, but I'd like to consider retheming Spaceship Earth.
Oh.
And it's not like you can go and retheme each specific area because I'm not sure how cavemen celebrated Christmas. I'm just going to throw that out there right now.
Throw some garland on them.
Right.
The cave paintings were now trees.
Right, exactly. There was this mystical guy in the sky that flew over. Anyways, you could go, and I love the ride vehicle, and I love the way that it goes and takes you and transports you. And those difficult ones, you could go and drop a screen in and tell a story from an earlier time or a different period of Christmas. Gutenberg's Bible, how Christmas was celebrated back then. But even prior to that, you could talk about that and just drop a screen in. But I like the idea of that we're going to take you through the story in a passive way. You're just going to sit. And then as it, backs down to, towards the end, towards Earth, and you kind of fall in your controlled descent there, you've got Christmas music playing. And instead of those lights, you got Christmas lights kind of dazzled in front of you. However, I'm not so sure on this because you're really messing with the headliner. But I do think it could work. I think you could actually theme that one pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. Instead of going through, the times of communication, we're going through Christmas. So I think that's a really good idea. We just go right along with it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I did Spaceship Earth did cross my mind. And I thought kind of the same thing, like, the whole family there, watching this shuttle, you couldn't have this space landing there then, because that wasn't Christmas time, I don't believe, but, was it? No.
No, I don't think so.
No. But, they could be watching a Christmas parade or something, have a Christmas tree up there. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah, that was before my time, Tim. Were you running around watching the moon landing?
Let's see. When was that? 71? 68?
69?
Oh, I might have been 1 year old. Maybe. Don't make me do math. Ish. Hey.
Very good.
I wasn't quite toddling. Let's just say that. All right. I'm going to make my way to mine here. This one, initially was kind of a joke, and I got to thinking about it. I'm like, this wouldn't be too bad. The TTA People Mover.
Okay.
Added some Christmas music. Lights all along the way. I don't know if we can do anything in Spaceship Earth there light-wise because we don't want to throw off the attraction. But we go, by like the little window shops there, like by a Space Ranger Spin. There's those like displays there. We could make that Christmas. We could add Christmas trees to the little Epcot Village future city of tomorrow that's in there. Look down on the shop. There's already going to be Christmas stuff in there. It's kind of my weaker one, but I thought, it's easy enough to do. People love the TTA.
Well, Tim, in every long straightaway that's dark, you've got it lit up with Christmas lights and Christmas trees and a Christmas display. Yeah, I could see that.
Plus at night, winter.
At night would be for sure, the best point at night for sure.
And I'm all for anything that when you go into that Space Ranger Spin area where it goes like, and like is obnoxious with that Buzz Lightyear car. Yeah, if we could get rid of that, that would be. I'm all for the plan.
Michael's on board.
Am I the only one that annoys? Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I don't know if it actually has ever annoyed me, but I definitely know what you're talking about.
Okay, as long as you know what I'm talking about, it's only slightly annoyed you a few times. It's happened.
Correct.
I can't say it annoys me, but Michael, I think we'll talk after the show just to make sure everything's okay.
Okay, I'm all right.
I'm kidding. So Michael, your slate's clean, so we should go back to Chris?
Yep. All
right, Chris.
I want to hear the rest of y'all's.
All right. This is one that I think they could put in, but it's going to have some areas they need to address. So I'm going to go and do a Christmas overlay for the Walt Disney World Railroad. And here's what I'm going to do. So about 4 years ago, we went to Silver Dollar City in Branson. Have you ever been, Tim?
I've never. No.
Have you ever been to Dollywood?
No.
So the longest line, undoubtedly, on that day was for the Christmas train. And so when the train pulled up, it had Christmas lights on it, and it was beautiful, and it went through some Christmas displays in the park, and when you see the park lit up, it's just gorgeous. But the catch of the whole thing, which you would think might be cheesy, was the train stopped at a point, and it literally stopped at an open wooded area, and there was like a grandfatherly figure in a rocking chair, and he went through like this story of Christmas. And the guy was definitely a professional orator. I mean, he was well spoken and he knew how to convey a message with emotion. And I swear there was not a dry eye on that entire train when he was finished with like his 7-minute story of Christmas. And I thought to myself, how simple to have an actor like that and what impact on that. Now, I would say it was fairly religious in its meaning. Inherently, Christmas is a religious holiday, though nowadays Christmas is a very commercial holiday. And I don't know if Disney's quite comfortable with that, but I got to tell you, man, it was phenomenal. And like the 45-minute wait to get on the train, that was time well spent. You could use the Frontierland station, or you could just find a spot for the train to stop. That would be poignant to have that message delivered, a real message of Christmas. Oh man, I gotta tell you, it'd be a hit.
Yeah.
Since they already do the candlelight processional,
I was going to say
how much further off is this than that? And I mean, you're literally using one of Walt's icons in the train, to deliver the message.
I love it.
Yeah, I like that too. I know that different places we've gone, even I think Hershey maybe, and then. Also, Busch Gardens, they do where you sing on the train as you go around too, where everybody on the train is singing the same carols, and that's kind of fun too. So, yeah, I could definitely see it.
All right,
I love it,
Mr. Scott.
Yes,
what do you got? Right.
All right. Well, at this point, I was getting a little thin. I came up with an idea. I'm interested to see what you guys think about this, because this is going to be an extra charge type thing, of course, because that's how we're going. And we could do this either. My initial thought is we're going to do this on the Bay Lake and Seven Seas Lagoon. We're going to take one of the ferry boats, and we're going to do a special Christmas cruise, where again we'll have the hot cocoa, we'll have the cookies, we'll have Santa up there with his little throne, getting pictures with the kids, and finding out what the kids want. Cruising at the end, or at some point, maybe in the middle, we'll see the fireworks show. The water pageant, another premium thing. And I don't know if we could do that with the friendship boat at Epcot with Harmonious, because I've not actually seen Harmonious in person. I don't know if there's any wiggle room in that with all those arms flying and all that kind of stuff in there. But I mean, you can almost even do kind of the same thing there. That'd be much more intimate because the boats are much smaller. But decorate one of the ferry boats, lots of Christmas lights, tinsel. What do you guys think?
So what you're talking about is a booze cruise out in the Seven Seas Lagoon.
Mr. Scott, bring in the premium booze again.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm talking about almost the old style. What was that called? The Moonlight Cruise, when they had the stern wheeler on there, the paddle wheeler thingy on the lake years ago. Yes, that was kind of the inspiration, was the Moonlight Cruise. But this is for families.
Michael, we immediately need to order way more life preservers. Right at this point.
Yeah,
I like the idea though of a Christmas Santa meetup, especially with the space on the boat to move around.
Yes,
you can direct people easier, and there's a spot on the bottom maybe with some tables to sit down with your cookies and your cocoa, and the fireworks. That's the tie-in. That's the one that sells it.
And the water pageant.
The water pageant.
Oh.
Could we theme some of that water pageant, huh? Can we get some of that?
Yeah,
Why couldn't we?
We could add a few barges, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I've got a guy down the street. We could put his house on the water. It'd be a fantastic water pageant show with Christmas lights and Disney music.
Everyone's got that guy in their neighborhood, right?
He's got huge wreaths on the side of his house, or Mickey Mouse heads. I'm like, this is my kind of people.
There you go.
That is nice. I'm going to tell you, we have one of those at the end of ours. It's one of those ones where you tune your radio to a particular frequency. And at Halloween, it had like all these people, and they would sing. Like, speaking of Nightmare Before Christmas, they would sing the little light things. And it was so cool. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because last night, Cameron always looks down there. He can see it from his window. And last night there were some added lights because apparently there was a fire truck, a police car, and an ambulance down at that house. I'm not exactly sure what went on, but it had some extra lighting going on.
Oh my
for
goodness.
the holidays.
Nice. Oh man. Oh well, we had some golden ideas there.
That was a great show. It was
Right?
lots of things to think about. Just picturing us down at the parks, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Tim, our audience isn't used to hearing stuff like this. I just want you to know that. Usually it's gibberish and nonsense. So
Stop it.
So we assure you this is Michael and Chris talking right now. I just want you to know.
Well, Michael, Chris, somebody wants to hear your show or get in contact with you. Where do they do that?
Michael, you want to help them?
It's all you, Chris. You've got this stuff on lock.
Oh, please. Find us on Facebook. Find us on any podcatcher of your choice, the Dub Dee Dub Revue. So you're like, what does that mean? It was just, honestly, it probably hampered us through our growth as a show, but we stuck with it. We just didn't want to have Disney in the name. Mm-hmm. So we went on a play on the initials, WDW, and we spelled it out like you would have with the Horseshoe Revue, REVUE. And that's us. We've been around. Before we started off, if you're listening and you haven't heard from Michael or me, we started off just as Resort Loop listeners, and they were the best, and they still are the best. And we were just fans that said, you know what? Those guys are awesome. We just want to try our hat in the ring. And when we said, hey, you think this would be a good idea? At that time, Tim and Bob said, there's enough pool in enough space in the pool for everybody.
That's right.
Throw your hat in the ring, and 320 something shows later and 5+ almost 6 years later, we're still around throwing punches.
What I heard was if those bozos can do it.
If those guys can do it, we can't be any worse.
Who else can do
Can't
that?
be any worse.
What's the worst that could happen?
Right? Exactly. So find us everywhere, and it's the DEEDUB Revue, and we'd love to have you listen, join us, comment, and we're happy to entertain you and make you smile.
Oh, and I'll put a link in the show.
And we do have another third, which is a voice of reason most of the time, which is Stacy.
She's not on today with us, but yeah, Miss Stacy is absolutely, Michael, I'm so glad you said that. She makes us whole, and she brings the show into actually having good sense.
Yeah, I'm trying to get people to, if this is a train wreck for them, hey, there's some hope on the other side with Stacy.
Exactly.
Always have people on the show smarter than you. That's what I've learned.
What happened this time?
Oh, stop it.
That was a bad plan. That was a bad plan, Tim. You invited the wrong people.
Chris, Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting us.
Oh, anytime. I'm Tim Scott, Facebook, Twitter, the website, ResortLoop.com. You've been listening to The Gateway to the Magic. How do we end this, guys?
Ho, 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 everybody.
I'll take it. Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoopTravelGroup.com. Here. Gentlemen, are you ready for this show?
Whenever you are.
All right.
I'm ready.
Let me find my notes. Okay. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. You are still joining us. That sounded horrible.
Oh, man. I love this because this is what we do, too.
I know.
So, yes. Look at Michael. Tim's having the same struggles.
Oh,
Good.
The struggle is real. Who said podcasting was easy? Who said it, and why am I banging on the desk?